Standard Chinese, a modular approach. Transportation Module, Unit 7, Production Tape 1. On the comprehension tape in this unit, you learn to understand some sentences about taking a plane trip. If you think that you might not remember the meaning of these sentences, go back to the review at the end of the C1 tape. If you think that you know the meaning of all the sentences on the target list, then you should begin learning how to say them. A representative of the American government in Peking is talking with a representative of the Chinese government assigned to his office about arranging a plane trip. Listen as the conversation opens.
老宋怎么样？忙呢？
不怎么忙。你有事吗？
Repeat the adjectival verb to be old in years.
老
In the PRC, people who work together closely often call each other by familiar names beginning with the word lao, to be old, or xiao, to be little or young, followed by the surname, in this case Song, Lao Song. Repeat, Song, how are things going?
老宋怎么样？老宋怎么样？
In the money module, we translated 怎么样 as how is this and literally as in what manner. Here you see this expression is used as a greeting. How do you say, Song, how are things going?
老宋怎么样？
Now repeat the adjectival verb to be busy.
忙
Repeat, are you busy?
忙呢
As you've learned, the marker ne is used to emphasize that a particular situation is going on right now. The American wants to show that he's sensitive to the fact that Mr. Sung is busy now and he might be interrupting him. How do you say, are you busy?
忙呢
How do you say, Sung, how are things going? Are you busy?
老宋怎么样？忙呢
Try saying the sentences again. You'll get a reply.
老宋怎么样？忙呢？
不怎么忙。你有事吗？
Again.
老宋怎么样？忙呢？
不怎么忙。你有事吗？
Repeat the phrase not very or not especially.
不怎么
This phrase is used before adjectival verbs. Repeat, not especially busy.
不怎么忙
Now repeat the word for business, matter, or affair.
是
Repeat the sentence which is equivalent to our, can I do something for you?
你有事吗？
What you're actually saying here is something more like, do you have some business? Repeat the whole reply now. Not especially busy. Can I do something for you?
不怎么忙。你有事吗？ 不怎么忙。你有事吗？
Now you try responding to the American's question. Answer that you're not especially busy and ask if you could do something for her.
老宋怎么样？忙呢？
不怎么忙。你有事吗？
Again.
老宋怎么样？忙呢？
不怎么忙。你有事吗？
The American continues. Listen.
我4月14号要到广州去，请你给我订一张飞机票。
好。
Repeat the name for the city of Canton.
广州。
Repeat, I'm going to Canton on April 14th.
我4月14号要到广州去， 我4月14号要到广州去。
Notice that the word 要 is used here to indicate a future action. How do you say, I'm going to Canton on April 14th?
我4月14号要到广州去。
Again.
我4月14号要到广州去。
Now listen again to the American's next line.
请你给我订一张飞机票。
Repeat the word for airplane.
飞机，飞机。
Repeat one plane ticket.
一张飞机票，一张飞机票。
Repeat the verb to reserve.
订，订。
Repeat reserve a plane ticket.
订一张飞机票，订一张飞机票。
Repeat please reserve a plane ticket for me.
请你给我订一张飞机票。请你给我订一张飞机票。
As you'll remember, the verb 给 is both a prepositional verb meaning for and a full verb meaning to give. How do you say, please reserve a plane ticket for me?
请你给我订一张飞机票。
How do you say, I'm going to Canton on April 14th?
我4月14号要到广州去。
And again, how do you say, please reserve a plane ticket for me?
请你给我订一张飞机票。
A little later, Mr. Sung has some news for the American. Listen.
票订好了。
哪班飞机？几点钟起飞？
Repeat the verb phrase, which is something like successfully reserved.
订好了。订好了。
So far, you've seen a number of compound verbs of result, and in each case, you've learned the verb as an individual item. But there are some patterns to compound verbs of result. For instance, the syllable 好, as a resultative ending, means to successfully conclude something. If the resultative ending 好 is used with the verb 说, then you have the compound verb 说好, meaning to talk to a successful conclusion, that is, to come to an agreement. Repeat, came to an agreement.
说好了。说好了。
In the bio module, you learn that the verb to do is 做. Now repeat the verb which means satisfactorily completed or done.
做好了。做好了。
You also know that the verb to think is 想. Now repeat the verb which means thought out to a conclusion.
想好了。想好了。
And how do you say reserved, that is, successfully reserved?
订好了。订好了。
Now listen again to the American's questions.
哪班飞机？几点钟起飞？
The counter for scheduled planes, like scheduled buses or trains, is 班. Repeat, which flight?
哪班飞机？哪班飞机？
Now repeat the verb to take off.
起飞。起飞。
Repeat, what time does it take off?
几点钟起飞？
Repeat, which flight? What time does it take off?
哪班飞机？几点钟起飞？哪班飞机？几点钟起飞？
Try asking these questions yourself. When Mr. Sung tells you that your tickets have been reserved, ask which flight, what time does it take off?
票订好了。
哪班飞机？几点钟起飞？
9点15分起飞。
Again,
票订好了。
哪班飞机？几点钟起飞？
9点15分起飞。
the conversation continues. Listen.
这班飞机直飞广州吗？
是，直飞广州。
Repeat the verb to fly.
飞，飞，
Repeat, fly directly.
直飞，直飞，
Repeat, fly directly to Canton.
直飞广州，直飞广州。
Repeat, does this plane fly directly to Canton?
这班飞机直飞广州吗？这班飞机直飞广州吗？
Ask the question yourself, you'll get a reply.
这班飞机直飞广州吗？
是，直飞广州。
Again,
这班飞机直飞广州吗？
是，直飞广州。
the American has another question. Listen.
从三里屯到飞机场要多少时间？
要40分钟。
Repeat the name of one of the districts where diplomatic communities are located.
三里屯，三里屯。
Repeat the word for airport.
飞机场，飞机场。
Repeat, from Sanlitun to the airport.
从三里屯到飞机场。从三里屯到飞机场。
Repeat, how long does it take to go from Sanlitun to the airport?
从三里屯到飞机场要多少时间？从三里屯到飞机场要多少时间？
Notice that there is no verb to go in this sentence. It's often omitted in long sentences where the meaning is clear. Repeat again. How long does it take to go from Sanlitun to the airport?
从三里屯到飞机场要多少时间？从三里屯到飞机场要多少时间？
As you'll remember, question words occupy the same place in the sentence as the answer words do. How do you ask, how long does it take to get from Sanlitun to the airport?
从三里屯到飞机场要多少时间？
Try asking the question yourself now. You'll get a reply. How long does it take to go from Sanlitun to the airport?
从三里屯到飞机场要多少时间？
要40分钟。
Again,
从三里屯到飞机场要多少时间？
要40分钟。
here's a quick vocabulary review. What's the word for plane?
飞机，
What's the word for airport?
飞机场，
What's the word to fly directly?
直飞。
What's the word to take off?
起飞。
The conversation about the plane flight continues. Listen.
如果我8点钟离开家，来得及吧？
来得及。
Repeat the word for if.
如果。如果。
Repeat, if I leave home at 8 o'clock.
如果我8点钟离开家。如果我8点钟离开家。
Notice that the word 如果 starts off the sentence just as the word if does in English. Repeat, if I leave home at 8 o'clock, I can make it in time, right?
如果我8点钟离开家，来得及吧？如果我8点钟离开家，来得及吧？
Try saying it ahead of the speaker. If I leave home at 8 o'clock, I can make it in time, right?
如果我8点钟离开家，来得及吧？
Try asking the question again. This time you'll get a reply. If I leave home at 8 o'clock, I'll make it in time, right?
如果我8点钟离开家，来得及吧？
来得及。
Again.
如果我8点钟离开家，来得及吧？
来得及。
Now the American has another request. Listen.
请你明天早上派个车来接我。
好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。
Repeat the verb to appoint or to send.
派。派。
Repeat, send a car.
派个车。派个车。
You've learned that the word iga, when used toneless, means not one, but a. Now you see that it can be reduced even further to the one-syllable g. Repeat again, send a car.
派个车。派个车。
Now repeat the verb to meet, in this case to get.
接。接。
Repeat, send a car to come pick me up.
派个车来接我。派个车来接我。
Repeat, please send a car to come and pick me up tomorrow morning.
请你明天早上派个车来接我。请你明天早上派个车来接我。
Again.
请你明天早上派个车来接我。请你明天早上派个车来接我。
Try making the request yourself now. You'll get a reply.
请你明天早上派个车来接我。
好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。
Again.
请你明天早上派个车来接我。
好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。
What's the verb to send?
派。
What's the verb to meet, to get, to pick someone up?
接。
Listen to the answer again.
好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。
Repeat the verb to send.
送。送。
Repeat, send you to the airport.
送你到飞机场去。送你到飞机场去。
Repeat, okay, I'll send a car at 8 o'clock tomorrow.
好，我明天8点钟派车。好，我明天8点钟派车。
Repeat the whole sentence now. Okay, I'll send a car at 8 o'clock tomorrow to take you to the airport.
好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。
Again.
好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。
Try responding to the request yourself now.
请你明天早上派个车来接我。
好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。
Notice that in the request, the American uses the verb "ger" to meet or to get, as in send a car to get me. In the answer, the verb is "送" to take, as in send a car to take you. Try answering again.
请你明天早上派个车来接我。
好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。
Now let's review what we've covered on this tape. Put the following exchanges into Chinese. Number 1. Song, how are things going? Are you busy?
老宋，怎么样？忙呢？
Not especially busy.
不怎么忙。
Number 2. Please reserve a plane ticket for me.
请你给我订一张飞机票。
Number 3. The ticket has been reserved.
票订好了。
Which flight? What time does it take off?
哪班飞机？几点钟起飞？
9点15分起飞。
Number 4. Does this plane fly directly to Canton?
这班飞机直飞广州吗？
Yes, it flies directly to Canton.
是，直飞广州。
Number 5. How much time does it take to go from Sanlitun to the airport?
从三里屯到飞机场要多少时间？
要40分钟。
Number 6. If I leave home at 8 o'clock, I can make it in time, right?
如果我8点钟离开家，来得及吧？
来得及。
Number 7. Please send a car to pick me up tomorrow morning.
请你明天早上派个车来接我。
Okay, I'll send a car at 8 o'clock tomorrow to take you to the airport.
好，我明天8点钟派车，送你到飞机场去。
This is the end of the tape, and of Transportation Module Unit 7, Production Tape 1. Module Unit 7, Production Tape 1. Module Unit 7, Production Tape 1. Module Unit 7.